Morning, everybody. It's Andrew from 510 Books. I am shipping items even though the post office is closed today on President's Day, February 17th, 2025. Decided to print out everything so that tomorrow, Tuesday, I don't have as much to do in the morning before I go open my store. So I wanted to share with you what sold and any sort of insight I have on these particular items. I had 9, let me think. I had 1 Amazon sale, and then I had 9 eBay sales, which included a loose CD lot, but I'm going to ship that tomorrow because that's at the warehouse. So these were all mostly CDs, then some DVDs, and a book. This one here is actually in Russian, and this came from the second Gaylord that I am still going through. The first Gaylord, not the second. The first Gaylord of the most recent 3 Gaylords that I purchased. And obviously this is in Russian. I looked it up. I plugged this into Google, and the movie in English is called You Are Not an Orphan. Apparently it's pretty well known from, I believe, 1962. Here's some screenshots of the movie. You can see also that it is, wait, no, I cannot see. It's entirely in Russian, but I thought it would say, anyway, side note. And this is Kino. You see Kino there? They put out a lot of these types of movies. I would look for those kind of, for Kino on DVDs. So even though this is in another language, and it came like this, wrapped up, or in this, what do you call it? Transparent bag. I would definitely look these up, right? If it's an Asian language, then you're gonna have to use your phone to try to decipher what it says. But something like this, you can actually plug into Google and figure it out. Turned out that it was really rare. I listed it for $39.99. Took an offer of $30 plus shipping. So this is going towards getting back the money I spent on those 3 Gaylords. But that was a really nice sale. This one is a movie that I would not put on eBay. This has been listed for years from a Gaylord I got probably like 4 years ago. It only sold for like $8, and it was free shipping, so I only made like $1 and change. This one came from those 5 pallets of CDs only. Yesterday, tomorrow, and today. JUBAL. This one actually sold for, I think it sold for, it sold for $29.99 plus shipping. Hold on. This one is a gospel or Christian music CD. So because it doesn't, obviously you can tell by the name of the songs that it's religious. It doesn't have a barcode, but you can just look it up on Discogs or of course on eBay to see if there's any others going for sale. What has sold and where the prices are and that type of thing. Here's Discogs, and here's actually the Discogs page of this particular CD, and it really helps. Obviously you get the title and all that, but you also get the label, you get the year it was released, the genre, and the style, so you know that they're saying pop, folk, world and country, but also the fact that they put gospel on there. It's a Christian album. You can also click on the name of the group, and see it says LA Christian Pop Band with 1 known album. So that means that this album is pretty rare. So there's all kinds of information you can glean from using Discogs.com when you're selling CDs on eBay or Amazon. But well, in this case for eBay, because you can pop in keywords like Christian, gospel, that kind of thing. Here's another one, Billy Talent Live. This one I would always look up, one that's like this, that's larger, digipack, multi-disc set. This has 2 DVDs and a CD. It turns out that this is punk, emo type of music. So put those into the title when you're listing something like that for sure. But just really, definitely use, use Discogs for CDs. It will help you a lot and speed up the process of doing the research when it comes to trying to figure out what genre it falls into, which is critical if you're going to try to get people's attention. Because somebody might just type in Billy Talent live CD, but also if you put emo, punk, that kind of thing, those kind of keywords can help somebody that's just looking for like punk music, emo music. Also, the date of when the album comes out helps as well. I love selling these kind of books. This is a C.S. Lewis book, which he was a very prolific writer, and many of his books, if they are the first edition, which is typically with the dust jacket, the hardcover first edition, they can go for some good money. This one's from 1954, first edition, with the dust jacket in pretty good shape. This is called the dust jacket being clipped, just so you know. And it does have some wear, but it's not so bad. And the spine is a little weathered, sun tanning. It's not the same color as the front of the dust jacket. But this one sold for $49.99 plus shipping on eBay. And I actually pulled this one recently from the bookstore, 1954. So I did my research to make sure this was first edition. It does not have a stated first edition, but nonetheless, it did end up selling for full price, which is great. It was on the shelf here in my bookstore, my second bookstore, just sitting on the shelf, amongst the hundreds and hundreds of other books that I've found and sold and listed that are still listed on eBay as well, that are more rare books. It's amazing to me the amount of valuable books that were just sitting on this shelf that no other bookseller came in and found. So if you see, it's really, over time you learn certain authors, right? If you're not a reader, maybe you didn't know about C.S. Lewis. I didn't read his books, but of course he did the Chronicles of Narnia, which became a massive, successful book and series and movies and all that kind of stuff. But he's written a lot of other books, and the first editions of many of them, especially with the dust jackets, can go for really good money, so just keep that in mind. This is book 5 in the Chronicles of Narnia, by the way. So imagine if you had the entire set, all first editions, dust jacket in good condition. Imagine the entire set, first editions, what that would go for. This is one that I actually found at the thrift store quite a while ago, and it's in Spanish, Ley de Hielo, and it's signed by multiple people from the band. This one, let's see, what did I end up selling this for? Does it say? I ended up taking an offer, $31 on this one. Had it up for sale for a while. Apparently needed to find the right buyer, but it did sell. So this was a nice sale. Do your research again. When things are signed, guys, you can sell CDs that are signed for really good money, not just books. I have sold hundreds of signed CDs. And some people collect them, and I will find them this one I found in a thrift store. I found a lot in thrift stores, but also in gaylords, in bulk buys. I found a lot of them as well. Here's another one in Spanish. This one actually came from a donation in August of last year. This is, I think, electronic music. Let's see. Yeah, electronic, Latin, synth, pop. Put all of those keywords in there. And it ended up selling for $29.99. Oddly enough, less than a week before I sold this, somebody offered me $1 for it, which I declined. So do not take $1 for an item. And this one came from the second Gaylord that I'm still going through in terms of the DVDs, Fall Out Boy. Now, this is a perfect example of something you can sell that's not complete. So this is a rare Fall Out Boy CD/DVD set, but this one only has the CD. There's no DVD on this side, just the CD. So I made sure when I listed it that I put CD only in capital letters in the listing, and I sold it for much less. You can get it for you can sell it for around $50 with the DVD, but I ended up taking an offer of $25 on eBay, which I'm happy to do because it's missing a disc, as you can see here, CD and DVD. So look out for this one. This one goes for good money as well, though. And I sold this one on Amazon for, I think it was like $11. This also came from my store here, my second location. I learned how to sell these different types of physical media over time But now, after 10 plus years, I've gotten to the point to where I can spot a valuable CD, a valuable DVD, a valuable book amongst hundreds of them. So it takes time. It takes dedication to doing it, and not just doing the research, but then listing it and seeing if and when it sells and for how much. And you start to get a feel for what valuable physical media looks like. And you can apply this to anything. I'm sure there's people that sell, basketball shoes, sneakers, or people that sell jewelry, or whatever it is, right? Within those, there's niches, and you can get really good at spotting the valuable items, whatever it may be. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.